ranking every single Premier League title race since the beginning. Let's get right into it. The 1992-93 Premier League title race. This was the debut season of the Premier League, and the previous winners of the old Division 1 were Leeds United. Norwich City led the Premier League and they were 8 points clear before Christmas, so they really invented the bottle job, didn't they? Because they completely fell off. The defending champions Leeds United finished 17th, and of course Manchester United won the Premier League by 10 points. Aston Villa finished second and Norwich finished third, and there was not much of a title race here, but it was the debut season and it was Man United's first Premier League title in 26 years. For that reason, this gets a hit. The 93-94 Premier League title race. Man United literally ran away with this title. There were small early challenges from Norwich City, Leeds United, Newcastle, Everton and Aston Villa, but in the end United did win it very comfortably, including the 22-match unbeaten run this season. They finished 8 points clear of Blackburn in second to win their second consecutive Premier League title. But there wasn't really a title race here, was there? So this one's getting a miss. The 94-95 Premier League title race. Giant killers, literally. Blackburn winning the Premier League this year was the original Leicester City winning the Premier League. It was Blackburn's first league title in 81 years and their first major trophy in 67 years. In the running, there was just 2 points between Blackburn and Man United after Blackburn fell off just a little bit. On the final day, Blackburn lost 2-1 against Liverpool, opening the door for Man United, but they could only draw against West Ham. How Arsenal wish Man City could have done that last season, right? This was a massive surprise, so this title race is getting a hit. The 95-96 Premier League title race. First Norwich, now Newcastle bought all the Premier League. On the 27th of December 1995, Newcastle were 10 points clear at the top of the Premier League, which actually extended to 12 points by January. And with one game left, Man United led the table by 2 points. Newcastle had Tottenham, Man United had Middlesbrough, but Man United won. Newcastle could only draw, so Man United won their third ever Premier League title. There was a lot of excitement this season, so I'm going to give it a hit. The 96-97 Premier League title race. At this point, it was getting a little bit boring, United winning title after title after title. But Newcastle, Arsenal and Liverpool did challenge Man United this season. Man United finished on 75 points, which is absolutely mad considering the point tallies that we get these days, whilst Newcastle, Liverpool and Arsenal all finished on 68 points. Crazy. Oh, and some guy called Eric Cantona inspired Man United to go on and win the title, you know. But it wasn't close in the end, with Man United finishing 7 points clear, so this one for me is going to get a miss. The 97-98 Premier League season. A small team in North London called Arsenal were battling for the Premier League this season, and they were looking for their first title since 1991. No one talks about this much, but Man United led the table for much of the season, before Arsenal overtook them in April 1998 and went on to win the Premier League, with 2 games remaining. Arsenal finished on 78 points, Man United 77 points. Another team had stopped Man United's dominance in the Premier League, and it was the start of a rivalry we would see go on for many, many years. This one gets a hit. The 98-99 Premier League title race. This title race went down to the wire and the final day between Man United and Arsenal. Surprisingly, Aston Villa actually led for much of the first half of the season. Man United went 1-0 down to Tottenham on the final day of the season, and that result would have seen Arsenal win the Premier League. But they came back to win 2-1, finished on 79 points and later went on to win the treble. Arsenal finished on 78 points, 1 point behind. It was an exciting title race, it went down to the wire, so this one gets a hit. The 99-2000 Premier League title race. 6 titles in 8 years for Manchester United. I mean, we're seeing that kind of dominance on the blue side of Manchester right now, who were actually in the 99-2000 season playing in Division 1 after getting promoted from Division 2 the season before. So in today's terms, they are playing in the EFL Championship after getting promoted from League 1 last season. Man United's closest rivals were Arsenal, and I say close, it wasn't really close, because Man United won the title 18 points clear of them on 91 points. Arsenal on 73 points. There was no title race, no surprises, and no new winners here, so this one gets a miss. The 2000-2001 Premier League title race. Three-peat for Manchester United. They were literally sweeping everything up. Remember Man City, who were playing in Division 1 last season? They got promoted to the Premier League, but got relegated back to Division 1 this season. It was another comfortable Premier League title win for Manchester United, who finished 10 points above Arsenal in second place. Arsenal finishing second behind the Manchester club. 20 years on, one is still happening. Again, no title race here. 7 out of 9 Premier League titles for Manchester United, so this one is going to get a miss. The 2001-2002 Premier League title race. We had a title race. Liverpool, Newcastle, Man United and Arsenal. Leeds were top, Newcastle were top, but Liverpool were actually 11 points clear of Manchester United at the start of December. But in the end, it came down to Old Trafford with 1 game to go. Arsenal only needed a draw and Man United needed to win to take it to the final day. Sylvain Wiltord scored the only goal of the game to win the title for Arsenal at Old Trafford. In the end, Arsenal finished 10 points clear of Manchester United, who actually finished 3rd. Liverpool finished 2nd on 80 points, so this title race gets a hit. The 2002-2003 Premier League title race. On the 2nd of March 2003, Arsenal were 8 points clear of Man United. Arsenal went on a 14-match unbeaten streak at the start of the season, but completely fell off towards the end, opening the door for Manchester United. Man United won the league on 83 points, 5 clear of Arsenal in 2nd place. I'm not sure looking back though that Arsenal would have preferred to win this title than their next one. What do you think? This season also saw the debut of some 16-year-old kid called Wayne Rooney for Everton. He would soon go on to become a Manchester United legend, and another legend, David Beckham, left and vacated the number 7 shirt. I wonder who would take that. This title race was dry though, so it's going to get a miss. 2003-2004 Premier League title race. We had a new number 7 for Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo, a young kid from Portugal who would go on to be one of the best players in the world. A certain team called Chelsea got bought out by a Russian billionaire, Roman Abramovich, which would change the landscape of the Premier League and European football forever. Arsenal finished the season on 90 points, 11 points clear of Chelsea in 2nd. But most importantly, they did it unbeaten. Invincibles. Something never seen before and something we've not seen since. This was actually also Arsenal's final Premier League title. It was a comfortable Premier League victory, but the way they did it was completely unforgettable. So it's going to get a hit. The 2004-2005 Premier League title race. We had the special one join the Premier League and it was going to be a special season. Arsenal went on a 49-game unbeaten streak following the Invincibles, but that ended at Old Trafford. And there really was no title race this season because Chelsea just looked different class. They were 11 points clear by February. They finished on 95 points and only conceded 15 goals for the whole season, something that's never been replicated. Although we had no title race, we had a new winner and they did it in style, so this one's getting a hit. The 2005-2006 Premier League title race. 29 league wins saw Chelsea successfully defend their Premier League title. They won it again, and they done it in style once again. They finished on 91 points, 8 clear of Man United in 2nd. They were also 16 points clear at one point, but they did fall off a little bit. A title race was threatened by Manchester United with a late surge, but that ended when Chelsea beat them to secure the title in April. It was done. This one gets a miss. The 2006-2007 Premier League title race. Chelsea kept spending and spending, but it didn't pay off this season. Arsenal moved to the Emirates Stadium with a promise of winning lots of major trophies, and we're still waiting for that, aren't we? Man United had a 9-point gap by February with Chelsea challenging, but they couldn't catch them. Chelsea finished 6 points behind Manchester United, with Man United winning their first title since 2003, and they wanted to prove that they were still the big dogs in the league. This season, from memory, actually wasn't exciting, and neither was the title race, so it's going to get a miss. The 2007-2008 Premier League title race. The term of the Big Four was established during this time: Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea and Liverpool. No one could really dislodge them, but something would happen in the next year that would change that. Mourinho also left Chelsea, but that wouldn't stop them challenging Man United for the Premier League title. United finished on 87 points, Chelsea finished on 85 points. This was Man United's 17th league title. They were only one behind Liverpool now. Man City also got smacked 8-1 against Middlesbrough. Remember that? In terms of title race, we did get one. It went down to the wire, so for that fact, it's going to get a hit. The 2008-2009 Premier League title race. A few years ago, a billionaire bought Chelsea, which changed their future forever. This summer, a state bought Manchester City, which would change the landscape of football forever. They signed Robinho, although he thought he was signing for the other Manchester club. It was a massive signing, but I think the most important signing was actually Vincent Kompany this summer. We had a different title race this year. It was between rivals Man United and Liverpool. Liverpool didn't want Man United equaling their title tally. Liverpool were top of the league by the end of 2008, but they fell off and allowed Man United to come back in and win it and win the 18th league title. Man United finished on 90 points, points, 4 clear of Liverpool in second place. Draws letting Liverpool down like they did in the future years. We had a title race, there was something on the line. I hate Man United, as you know, and I hated them even more here because they equaled the tally of Liverpool. So I can't give it a miss though. I've got to give it a hit. The 2009-2010 Premier League title race. Chelsea scored 103 goals, which was a record back here, and they led Man United by 1 point going into the final day. Ronaldo had left Manchester United and they had signed Michael Owen to replace him. And Chelsea beat Wigan 8-0 on the final day to seal the title, so there was absolutely no drama. It went down to the final day. This one gets a hit. The 2010-2011 Premier League title race. The homegrown players rule came in this year. Man City added Yaya Toure and David Silva to the team as they were looking to build something special. And Chelsea looked to retain their title, but Man United had other plans. Man United wanted to knock Liverpool fully off their perch, and they did. Finishing 9 points ahead of billionaires Chelsea and Man City. There was no title race here, but more dominance. Gets a miss. The 2011-2012 Premier League title race. Probably the greatest ending to a Premier League season ever. Man City and Man United were scoring goals for fun at the start of the season, with new signing for Man City, Sergio Aguero, helping out. Man City went 5 points clear after beating Man United 6-1 at Old Trafford, but Man City did drop off and they allowed Man United to get back into the title race. With 6 games remaining, Man United were 8 points clear of Man City. It's done, right? A loss and a draw in the next 3 games before a 1-0 defeat against Man City put the title back in Man City's hands, but only on goal difference. Man City were 2-1 down against QPR in stoppage time on the final day, whilst Man United had already beaten Sunderland and they were champions. Until Edin Dzeko and of course Sergio Aguero scored that goal. Literally the last kick of the game, and Man City win their first ever Premier League title, and the first of many to come. This title race obviously gets a massive hit. The 2012-2013 Premier League title race. We said goodbye to Sir Alex Ferguson as he went out with his final Premier League. With only 5 games to play, Man City was 16 points behind Man United. The title was decided in April, and Man United finished on 89 points and Man City finished on 78 points. We had all the excitement the season before, to be honest, didn't we? So this title race gets a miss. The 2013-2014 Premier League title race. Chelsea fans remember this season because Mourinho was back and Steven Gerrard done something that Chelsea fans still chant about today. This season, Arsenal actually led the table for the longest period, but absolutely fell off, of course, and finished in their usual 4th spot. Manchester City only led the table for 14 days. With 2 weeks to go, Liverpool, who were absolutely cooking with SAS and the team scoring over 100 goals, they were 5 points clear with 3 games to go. Liverpool lost at Anfield 2-0 against Chelsea, who were still in the title race as well. Then Istanbul happened. Man City won on the final day and their 2nd Premier League title. We had a 3-team title race, so this one gets a hit. The 2014-2015 Premier League title race. Mourinho's Chelsea topped the table for 274 days and finished 8 points clear of Man City, who finished 2nd. Leicester City, who got promoted from the Championship last season, would struggle but would survive relegation this season. I wonder if they will survive in the next season. This title race was non-existent though, so it gets a miss. The 2015-2016 Premier League title race. We all love a good underdog story, and we will never ever see a story like this in the Premier League ever again. Jurgen Klopp joined Liverpool, which would change the club and the city for the next 9 years. Arsenal led the table at a point and Spurs were Leicester's closest challengers, but they couldn't be stopped. But obviously there was absolutely no way a team who just got promoted in the last couple of years would go on and win the Premier League, is there? Well, it was confirmed at the Battle of the Bridge when Chelsea beat Tottenham to confirm Leicester City's Premier League title. They finished 10 points clear of Arsenal in 2nd place. This season had everything. Not a title race down to the wire, but who needs that when a team who were 5,000 to 1 at the start of the season wins it? This gets a massive hit. The 2016-2017 Premier League title race. Pep Guardiola joined Man City and Jose Mourinho joined Man United. What a crazy time. Defending champions Leicester City were in a relegation battle but ended up finishing 12th. This was the worst title defence since Leeds United in 92-93. Arsenal failed to qualify for the Champions League for the first time since 1997, and Chelsea won their 5th Premier League title after going on a 13-match winning streak. 7 points clear of Tottenham in 2nd. There was no title race, so I'm going to give it a miss. The 2017-2018 Premier League title race. Mo Salah signed for Liverpool. He was their top goal scorer this season, and the next 2 transfer windows for Liverpool would probably be the 2 most important transfer windows in Liverpool's recent history. By game week 33, Man City had already won the Premier League title. 19 points clear of Man United and finishing on 100 points. something no top flight team had done in the Premier League ever. This was the start of a period of dominance by Man City. There was no title race here, but we did see some of the best football we had ever seen from Man City, and also hitting 100 points, setting standards that no one had ever seen before. It's unbelievable. So this one gets a hit. The 2018-2019 Premier League title race. Arsene Wenger was no longer at Arsenal after over 20 years in charge. I said the next two windows were really important for Liverpool, and they were. Liverpool signed Virgil van Dijk in the January transfer window 2018, and then in the summer, after losing against Real Madrid in the Champions League final, they signed Alisson. And still couldn't win the Premier League title. They also finished on 97 points and still couldn't win the Premier League title. Both teams, Liverpool and Man City, were setting standards no one had ever seen in this league. And really, we never saw it again. Win after win after win, going toe to toe, waiting for somebody to drop points in the run-in. Then that Vincent Kompany goal goes in against Leicester City and you just knew it was over. Man City won on 98 points, but Liverpool pushed them super close. This title race obviously gets a hit. The 2019-2020 Premier League title race. I remember everyone praying for the league to be null and void so Liverpool would not win the title. Because the fact of the matter is, when the league did shut down, Liverpool had played 27, won 26, drew 1 and lost none before losing to Watford. We also had the introduction of VAR in the Premier League. Yay. But to be honest, the title was done before Christmas. There was no title race, but we did have Liverpool winning their first Premier League title since 1990. The COVID-19 pandemic nearly ripped apart the sport that we love, and Liverpool finished on 99 points, 18 clear of Man City in second. This one gets a hit. The 2020-2021 Premier League title race. Man United apparently had a title race here, but Man City finished 12 points clear of them, so there was no title race. Defending champions Liverpool had so many injuries, and after Boxing Day they fell off. We also had the announcement from the Big Six in the Premier League about the European Super League. That really happened, didn't it? It wasn't happening this year though, and neither was the title race, so this one is getting a miss. The 21-22 Premier League title race. It was Man City and Liverpool once again, and once again it was a point. Liverpool were 14 points behind Man City in January, so to bring it back to 1 point is absolutely amazing. Roman Abramovich was sanctioned and Newcastle were taken over by Saudi Arabia. This would see big changes in the years to come. We had another title race finally, with Man City winning on 93 points and Liverpool finishing on 92 points. This one gets a hit. The 2022-23 Premier League title race. Arsenal were the surprise challengers for Man City this year. Arsenal were top for 248 days. That is the most for a team to be top and not win the Premier League. They officially bottled it that season. Man City signed Erling Haaland and he scored 36 goals, smashing Man City towards another Premier League and the three-peat. They finished on 89 points, 5 clear of Arsenal in second. Man City also won the treble that year. In the end, it was more of a collapse from Arsenal than a title race, so this one is going to get a hit. The 2023-24 Premier League title race. We had a triple threat for the title race this year with Man City, Arsenal and Liverpool. And Man City were going for 4 in a row, something no one had ever done. Everton and Nottingham Forest were deducted points, and Jurgen Klopp announced he was leaving Liverpool after 9 years. Arsenal and Liverpool looked strong, but Liverpool fell off, and Arsenal fell off but jumped back on. But when you're up against Man City, as we know, there's no time to fall off. You've got to be perfect. That let Man City win 4 Premier Leagues in a row and their 6th title in 7 years. Only Liverpool so far have been able to stop their dominance. It did go down to the final day with Man City winning on 91 points, 2 clear of Arsenal in second place. This title race gets a hit. What will happen next year? Who will be Man City's challenger? Will Arsenal finally win the Premier League title, or will it be 3 disappointments in a row? Let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.